Hey everyone, thanks for joining me today on my video here. Um, I am Terry Baker. I own a company called Fit for Life International LLC, in which I do nutrition and wellness consulting and coaching. And this is my fifth in a series, I think will be six videos on some of the basics of wellness, the important aspects of wellness. And so over the first four videos, we've talked a lot about proteins and essential amino acids, probiotics, antioxidants, polyphenols. Those are all things that of the top 10 or so ingredients that you need in your food or from dietary supplements. However, today we're going to talk about omega-3 fatty acids, and we'll talk also about vitamin C. So that's what the topics will be for today. To listen to the other topics, be sure to go back and find the earlier videos, or contact me, and I'll be happy to send them to you. So I want to start with a story today. This story comes from Dr. Andrew Strohl. Dr. Strohl had a 45-year-old patient who was afflicted with severe bipolar disorder. I don't know if you've known anybody with bipolar disorder, but it's pretty debilitating. And she was a research scientist, so she had a lot of knowledge in science and medicine, but was unable to find adequate treatment for her condition. In her particular case, she suffered from wild swings between manic episodes or uncontrolled bouts of anger. That's not a very happy way to live. She had tried and was on two different medicines. One was lithium, and the second was Depakote, I think it is, that were helpful for her. But in many cases, in some degree, it was the cure was worse than the disease. So she felt, she felt dull and depressed and perpetually overweight, had trouble focusing on her work. She had difficulty enjoying her life and just maintaining relationships with friends. And as you can imagine, it'd be pretty difficult to maintain relationships with those constant swings. So she enrolled in a study at Brigham and Women's Hospital in Boston, or as we say in New England, Boston, where they were testing natural therapy based on, of all things, fish oil. So 2 weeks into the study, not only was her mania gone, but her depression lifted as well. And she's been in full remission now for years. So what is it about fish oil? What's the background on omega-3 fish oil? Well, about 50 years ago, scientists noticed that the Inuit populations of Greenland and Northern California, as well as the Japanese, had much lower incidence of cardiovascular disease than the general population. One thing that was different about them is they ate a large quantity of fish, and their blood was rich in omega-3 fatty acids. So omega-3 fatty acids are needed by the body to function properly, and they keep our hearts functioning at a healthy rate. Matter of fact, I'll tell you real quick, there's a certain test, laboratory test that you can have run. Doctors won't order it ordinarily, normally, but you can ask for it. It's called omega-3 index or omega-3 fatty acid index. I'm not sure which it is, but you can have this test run, and it will test the concentration of omega-3 fatty acids in its different forms in your blood, and give you a pretty good picture of your overall heart health. Now, I take a lot of omega-3 fatty acid supplements from a high quality source, and so I'm confident it's free of leads and other contaminants. And the result came back, my percentage or my levels were such that I fell into a category of people that was 90% less likely to have a heart attack. So just a little nugget to store away. And sometimes you want to look at your heart health. and see how much maybe omega-3 fatty acid supplementation would help you, ask the doctors to run the omega-3 index. But they also keep our brains functioning well, and they're very, very important for the development of a baby's brain. So particularly for mothers, and then even babies, it's important that they mothers, pregnant mothers, and then mothers whose babies have been born, continue to get omega-3 fatty acids, so they continue to get that through the breast milk. They also keep your joints functioning. Thankfully, omega-3 fatty acids, though, are not produced in the body, so you need to get them. I'll mention 3 types of omega-3 fatty acids. I won't talk a lot about them, or even give you the full names because I can't pronounce them. But they're EPA, or DHA, and then ALA. So EPA and DHA are found primarily in fish, as we talked about earlier, and ALA is found in nuts and seeds. Now, it's recommended to get a large variety of all 3, and it's recommended that you get at least 5 servings from sources like fish weekly. And that's pretty hard to do, especially for those of us who don't really care for fish all that much, unless it's fixed. Well, I like it fried, which presents other problems. So omega-3 supplementation, I say your body doesn't produce it. So you need a source, you need a supplement, or I'd recommend anyhow you supplement with a source that's high quality. Any kind of supplementation, you want to make sure that the supplements you're getting are high quality. In my next video, we'll talk about what to look for in a high quality dietary supplement. But fish oils are really problematic because a lot of the fish in the ocean are contaminated with leads and other heavy metals. So you want to be sure that you're getting a high quality, contaminant-free fatty acid or omega-3 dietary supplement. So you want a source that also provides a full spectrum of, there are 7 ultra pure pharmaceutical grade omega-3 essential amino acids. You want to make sure you're getting all those. Note that there are some companies now that offer omega-3 amino acids that are found in sea kelp. So if you are a vegetarian, it's good news that you can get your omega-3 fatty acids from something other than fish. So what are the benefits of omega-3? Well, let me pull up a whiteboard, which is always an adventure. And let's look at some of the benefits of omega-3 fatty acids. So here they are, some of the great benefits of omega-3 fatty acids. They help with asthma. As I mentioned, they help with brain health as well. They help with memory and concentration, with rheumatoid arthritis, with lupus erythematosa. We talked about that, I think, last time when we talked about antioxidants. Heart disease, and I mentioned how important they are for heart health and how you can determine whether you're getting enough or not. You can receive benefits from omega acids, fatty acids, if you're hyperglycemic, and if you have inflammatory bowel disease, multiple sclerosis, and almost any disease that involves inflammation. So that's a pretty impressive list, I think. That's about all I wanted to say about omega-3 fatty acids. Hopefully you found that interesting and informative. And again, you saw all the benefits that are associated with omega-3 fatty acids in the list I just showed you. So now let's move on to something that's even more familiar to all of us, I think, and that's vitamin C. We've been told that if we get 5 or perhaps 9 helpings of fruits and vegetables each day, we don't need dietary supplements. Don't totally agree with that, but the bottom line is I don't think any of us, or very few of us, are getting that much in the way of fruit and vegetables every day. So we do need to supplement with dietary supplements. There's a book by Dr. Stephen Hickey. It's called Vitamin C, The Real Story and Remarkable and Controversial Healing Factor. It explains why eating more fruits and vegetables alone, while is good advice, won't prevent the benefits, or they won't provide the benefits of vitamin C supplementation. And something to keep in mind, you're familiar with required daily allowances, or maybe minimum daily allowances of particular vitamins and so on, called RDAs, or required dietary allowance. Those were generally, like in the case of vitamin C, the RDAs were determined as what you need, just enough to avoid scurvy. So it's okay. That's a good thing, but I think we want for optimal health. The RDA is miles above what traditional recommendations considered to be optimal. So don't think, well, I'm getting the required daily minimum amount. That's not really helping you a whole lot. There's substantial evidence that the intake of vitamin C is needed to prevent chronic illness is much greater than the RDA. So another gentleman, Dr. Irvin Stone, was one of the earliest scientists to realize that vitamin C's had great potential. And he began supplementing his diet with large amounts of vitamin C, and proposed that humans had inherited a genetic trait that made it a requirement for them to have vitamin C, but also the body doesn't produce it. So we need to supplement with dietary supplements for vitamin C. Now, so what are some of the characteristics of vitamin C? Well, one is that it's water soluble, so it doesn't stay in the body. So you have to continually replace it. And here's a hint for you too. If you soak vegetables in water, since vitamin C is water soluble, you'll lose the vitamin C. So the recommendation is just rinse them in water. Don't soak them in water, at least with respect to ensuring you have enough vitamin C. And you need an ongoing supply in your diet or through supplementation, as I said. So vitamin C deficiency is a major cause of much of our common aches and pains, and the function of all body cells are affected by the vitamin. So a recent study published in a journal called Seminars in Preventive and Alternative Medicine looked at over 100 studies over 10 years that revealed a growing list of benefits of vitamin C. The most prominent role of vitamin C is immune stimulating effect. So it's really important to stimulate your immune system. And I'm sure you've all heard that to prevent colds, or if you start to get a cold, you take lots of vitamin C. And that's true, because it really stimulates the immune system. Matter of fact, I know a friend of my mother-in-law's was diagnosed with cancer, and she elected to pursue a course of taking megadoses intravenously of vitamin C, and that really helped her for quite a while to fight off the development of the cancer. It's also important for defense against infections such as common colds. It also works as an inhibitor of histamine, which is a compound that's released during allergic reactions. And actually, histamine is what produces itching, and also produces sneezing. So a lot of time that's due to histamine. So it's also a powerful antioxidant. You have to go back and look at my video on antioxidants, but they can neutralize the harmful free radicals in your blood that are causing issues and disease. So it's able to prevent the formation of potentially carcinogenic nitrosamines, as they're called, in the stomach from nitrate-containing foods such as smoked meat. So if you like those antipasto dishes, it's good to have vitamin C to counteract the carcinogenic nitrosamines that are in those meats. Vitamin C also, actually, it's not just vitamin C, it's a complex. So loss of any one of its basic substances will weaken the whole. I won't go into all the details of the different aspects of vitamin C, but in his book called A Study Course in Nutrition, the doctor I mentioned earlier writes that a synthetic man-made substance can never take the place of the vitamin C that nature produces. And that's a very critical piece of information. We're not talking just about vitamin C, but all vitamins in general. I mean, you can go to your favorite grocery store and there's vitamins all over on the shelf. And primarily those vitamins are synthetically made in the laboratory. The critical part of vitamin absorption is you need to have coenzymes, what are called coenzymes, just mimicking the molecular structure of the vitamin doesn't really do you any good. And doctors, they're critical of vitamins in general, and sometimes, a lot of times, they'll say, "Well, you're just, you have expensive pee." And in many, if you're taking off the shelf vitamins from your grocery store, that's probably pretty much true. As I've said before, now at my next video, the last video, I'll talk about what to look for in a high quality dietary supplements, because just because you're taking vitamin C or vitamin B doesn't mean it's actually being absorbed into your body, or that you're receiving any benefits from it. I know my daughter had recommended a number of years ago that I take a multivitamin, so I went down to the Walmart and bought the popular brand of vitamin, and I really felt good. I felt good that I was taking something, but it wasn't until later that I realized what a difference it makes when you take a vitamin that's a high quality vitamin that is actually absorbed into your body, so it can do its work. And then there's Dr. Linus Pauling. I think he's kind of a household name. He was arguably the most highly qualified and certainly best known critic of the medical establishment that dismissed the role of vitamin C and really dismisses the role of nutritional supplements in general. So vitamin C has been known to help with a number of different diseases and conditions. So again, let's go to my trusty whiteboard and look at the benefits of vitamin C. So you can see them here. Quite an impressive list. It helps with anemia, helps with bleeding gums. It decreases the ability to, or a decreased ability to fight infection. That's a little confusing. Vitamin C helps to overcome a decreased ability to fight infection. Also helps to overcome a decreased wound healing rate. It helps with dry and splitting hair. Also helps with easy bruising or gingivitis, nosebleeds, possible weight gain due to slowed metabolism. Obviously, there's a lot of different factors that contribute to weight gain, but that's one of them. Rough, dry, scaly skin, swollen and painful joints, and weakened tooth enamel. So that's quite an impressive list. If you're not taking vitamin C supplements, you might want to start. I think you can see how much benefit they would provide for you for your health. So anyhow, that concludes what I wanted to present today. And hopefully you see now, if you haven't before, the importance of supplementing your diet with omega-3 and vitamin C. So in my next and last video, I'll be talking about I think I'll do a quick review of everything I've talked about before. Again, quickly, not into a lot of detail. I'll also then continue to talk about vitamin B and the importance of vitamin B. And then, like I said, I'll look at and talk about what to look for in a high quality dietary supplement. So hopefully by now, if you've watched some of my previous videos, you are aware of how important it is to supplement your diet with dietary supplements, but also, as I said today, how important it is to make sure that the ones you're getting are high quality and are actually being absorbed into your body. Anyhow, until then, stay in good health and hope to see you. Hope you'll join me for my next video. Take care.